In the gentle twilight of the Pokemon world, where starlight dances across tall grass and moonbeams illuminate ancient forests, there exists a phenomenon so rare and wondrous that trainers have spent lifetimes searching for even a single glimpse. These are the shiny Pokemon, creatures blessed with colors that shimmer like captured aurora, their forms touched by cosmic magic that transforms the familiar into the extraordinary. The very first shiny Pokemon to grace our understanding was a magnificent Gyarados, its typical blue scales replaced by a breathtaking golden hue that caught the light like molten treasure. This crimson serpent of Lake of Rage became the herald of a mystery that would captivate generations of researchers and trainers alike. In those early days of discovery, encountering such a creature felt like witnessing a miracle, a moment when the ordinary rules of nature bent to reveal something truly sublime. Deep within the coding of reality itself, the phenomenon of shininess operates on principles as elegant as they are mysterious. Each wild Pokemon carries within its essence a unique signature, an invisible constellation of numbers that determines not only its strength and nature, but also whether it will manifest in its common coloration or emerge as one of these precious variants. The mathematics of this occurrence speaks to odds so astronomical that finding a shiny Pokemon in the wild happens roughly once in every 4,096 encounters, making each discovery feel like touching a fragment of starlight. The transformation that occurs in shiny Pokemon goes far beyond simple color changes, though the palette shifts themselves tell stories of wonder. Consider the ethereal beauty of a shiny Umbreon, its typical black rings replaced by circles of brilliant blue that seem to glow with inner moonlight, or the way a shiny Charizard trades its orange flames for wings of deepest black and fire that burns with an almost mystical purple intensity. These changes speak to something deeper than mere genetics, as if these creatures have been kissed by forces beyond our understanding. In the sprawling regions where Pokemon roam free, certain locations have become legendary among those who seek these rare variants. The Friend Safari Zones represent pockets of space where the normal rules seem slightly bent, where the chances of encountering a shiny Pokemon increase to a more hopeful one in 512. These sanctuaries exist like hidden gardens where probability itself blooms differently, offering patient seekers a greater chance of witnessing these chromatic miracles. The Masuda Method, named after the brilliant game developer who first documented this technique, reveals how the mingling of Pokemon from different regions of the world can increase the likelihood of producing shiny offspring. When Pokemon from distant lands come together in the daycare centers, their genetic material seems to carry within it an enhanced potential for producing these special variants, as if the very act of crossing geographical boundaries awakens dormant possibilities within their DNA. Chain fishing in the calm waters of various routes has become an almost meditative practice among dedicated shiny hunters. The rhythmic casting and reeling, the patient waiting as the chain grows longer with each successful consecutive catch, creates a trance-like state where time seems to slow and anticipation builds like a gentle tide. With each link in the chain, the chances of encountering a shiny Pokemon increase incrementally until the waters themselves seem to shimmer with possibility. The DexNav technology represents a breakthrough in understanding how these rare Pokemon can be tracked and located. This sophisticated system reads the subtle energy signatures that shiny Pokemon emit, allowing dedicated researchers to search specific areas with greater precision. The device's gentle chiming when it detects a potential shiny creates moments of breathless excitement, as if the very air around the searcher begins to hum with anticipation. Pokemon breeding has evolved into an art form among those who seek to increase their chances of hatching shiny variants. The oval charm and shiny charm, mystical items imbued with ancient power, work in harmony to bend probability in favor of the patient breeder. These artifacts seem to resonate with the fundamental forces that govern Pokemon genetics, their presence in a trainer's possession creating subtle shifts in the cosmic balance that governs birth and creation. The phenomenon known as radar chaining emerged as trainers learned to read the subtle patterns in tall grass movements. The PokéRadar, a device that detects the presence of hidden Pokemon, reveals patches of grass that shake with different intensities and patterns. By carefully selecting which patches to investigate and maintaining an unbroken chain of encounters with the same species, trainers discovered they could gradually increase their chances of finding a shiny variant, turning the hunt into a delicate dance of observation and patience. Soft resetting has become a ritual of dedication among those seeking legendary shiny Pokemon. This practice involves repeatedly reloading a saved game state just before encountering a legendary Pokemon, checking each time to see if it manifests in its shiny form. The process requires tremendous patience, as some trainers perform thousands of these resets, each one a small prayer offered to the forces of chance and fortune. The advent of SOS battles introduced a new dimension to shiny hunting, where wild Pokemon call for help from their companions. As these chains of assistance grow longer, with each new ally that enters the battle, the likelihood of one of them being shiny increases dramatically. These encounters create epic battles that can stretch on for hours, with trainers carefully managing their team's health while waiting for that moment when a shiny variant answers the call for aid. Hordes of Pokemon, groups of 5 that appear together in certain areas, offer unique opportunities for shiny encounters. These mass appearances allow trainers to check multiple Pokemon simultaneously, effectively quintupling their chances of finding a shiny in a single encounter. The sight of 5 Pokemon appearing at once creates a moment of intense anticipation, as each one could potentially be the rare variant that hunters seek. The ultra wormholes of the Alola region opened doorways to dimensions where the normal rules of rarity seemed suspended. Within these cosmic passages, shiny Pokemon appeared with frequencies that defied conventional understanding, as if the very fabric of space-time had been altered to favor these beautiful variants. Traveling through these wormholes felt like journeying through liquid starlight, with each destination holding the promise of encountering creatures touched by interdimensional magic. Dynamax adventures in the Crown Tundra represent group expeditions into ancient dens where legendary Pokemon slumber. These cooperative journeys through mysterious caverns offer enhanced chances of encountering shiny legendary Pokemon, as if the collective energy of multiple trainers working together awakens something special within these sacred spaces. The Masuda Method emerged as one of the most celebrated techniques among dedicated shiny hunters, named after the game developer who first revealed this hidden mechanism. When Pokemon from different language regions are bred together, their offspring carry an increased likelihood of being born with the coveted shiny coloration. This international breeding creates a beautiful metaphor for how diversity and cultural exchange can produce something truly extraordinary. The process requires patience and careful planning as trainers seek out Pokemon with different language tags, often trading across continents to bring together creatures that have never shared the same homeland. Within the breeding centers of the Pokemon world, the gentle rhythm of eggs being tended creates a meditative atmosphere. Each egg holds infinite possibility, its shell warm to the touch as life develops within. The anticipation builds with each step taken along the daycare routes, counting the paces that bring each egg closer to hatching. When a shiny Pokemon finally emerges from its shell, the moment feels like witnessing a small miracle, as if the universe has conspired to create something uniquely beautiful just for that instant. The shiny charm, a mystical item awarded to trainers who have completed their regional Pokedex, serves as a beacon that attracts these rare variants. This ancient talisman seems to resonate with the same cosmic forces that create shiny Pokemon, amplifying the natural frequencies that govern their appearance. Carrying the shiny charm feels like holding a piece of concentrated starlight, subtly altering the fabric of probability around the trainer. The charm works in mysterious ways, its effects felt rather than seen, like a gentle current that guides fortune toward those who have demonstrated their dedication to understanding all Pokemon. Community Day events have transformed the solitary pursuit of shiny hunting into celebrations of shared discovery. During these special occasions, certain Pokemon species become dramatically more likely to appear in their shiny forms, creating waves of excitement that ripple through trainer communities worldwide. Parks and gathering places fill with people walking together, their devices glowing softly as they search for these temporarily abundant treasures. The atmosphere during these events carries an almost festival like quality, with strangers becoming friends through their shared moments of discovery and celebration. The psychology of shiny hunting reveals fascinating aspects of human nature and our relationship with rarity and beauty. The dopamine release that accompanies finding a shiny Pokemon creates a powerful reward cycle, one that can sustain motivation through thousands of encounters. This neurochemical response explains why the sound of a shiny Pokemon's appearance can instantly elevate mood and create lasting memories. The anticipation itself becomes addictive, each encounter carrying the potential for that perfect moment of discovery. Certain locations have achieved legendary status among shiny hunters for their supposed mystical properties. The Safari Zone areas, with their unique mechanics and time limits, create intense pressure cooker environments where every encounter feels magnified in importance. The ticking clock adds urgency to what is normally a patient pursuit, transforming the careful art of shiny hunting into moments of pure adrenaline. These zones seem to exist in their own temporal bubble, where time moves differently and normal rules bend to accommodate extraordinary encounters. The trading networks that have developed around shiny Pokemon represent some of the most complex economies in the gaming world. Values fluctuate based on rarity, aesthetic appeal, and competitive viability, creating markets that rival real world commodities exchanges. The most prized shiny Pokemon can command incredible prices, not in currency but in equally rare creatures or items. Those trading relationships often develop into lasting friendships, built on mutual respect for the dedication required to obtain such treasures. Weather patterns in various Pokemon regions have been observed to influence shiny encounter rates in subtle ways. Certain atmospheric conditions seem to create resonance effects that make shiny appearances more likely, as if the electromagnetic fields generated by storms or the crystalline clarity of winter air somehow harmonizes with the frequencies that govern these rare manifestations. Trainers have learned to read these environmental signs, timing their hunting expeditions to coincide with optimal conditions. The emotional impact of losing a shiny Pokemon through fainting or running away has created its own terminology within the community. A shiny fail represents one of the most heartbreaking experiences a trainer can endure, watching helplessly as a once in a lifetime encounter slips away due to poor preparation or simple misfortune. These moments teach valuable lessons about preparation and humility, serving as reminders that even the most experienced hunters must respect the unpredictable nature of their pursuit. Regional forms have added new dimensions to shiny collecting as familiar Pokemon species take on entirely different appearances when adapted to new environments. The Owlin variants, with their tropical influences, often feature shiny colorations that reflect the island's unique ecosystem. Ice type regional forms might sparkle with crystalline blues and silvers, while desert adaptations could shimmer with golden and bronze hues that mirror their harsh homeland. The role of lunar cycles in shiny encounters has been debated extensively within trainer communities. Some hunters swear by certain moon phases, claiming that the celestial body's gravitational effects somehow influence the quantum fluctuations that determine Pokemon coloration. While scientific evidence remains inconclusive, the romantic notion of hunting shinies under starlit skies adds a mystical element to the practice that many find deeply appealing. Competitive breeding has created fascinating intersections between shiny hunting and battle preparation. The pursuit of a perfect shiny Pokemon with optimal stats and abilities represents the ultimate achievement for many trainers, combining aesthetic beauty with competitive excellence. These creatures become legendary within battle communities, their rarity making each victory feel like a celebration of both skill and fortune. The preservation of shiny Pokemon has led to the development of specialized storage systems and careful documentation practices. Trainers often maintain detailed records of their shiny encounters, including dates, locations, methods used, and even photographic evidence. These collections become personal museums, each entry representing hours or sometimes days of dedicated searching. The act of organizing and displaying these treasures provides its own form of satisfaction, transforming random encounters into curated experiences. As night deepens and consciousness begins to drift toward the realm of dreams, the gentle sparkle of shiny Pokemon continues to dance through imagination. These rare and beautiful creatures exist as symbols of hope and perseverance, reminding us that patience and dedication can reveal extraordinary beauty in the most unexpected moments. Their soft luminescence guides weary minds toward peaceful rest, where dreams of golden Magikarps and silver Starlies await in fields of endless possibility. The gentle shimmer of shiny Pokémon extends beyond mere visual appeal into the realm of emotional connection, where these rare creatures become deeply personal treasures that accompany trainers through significant life moments. Many hunters report forming profound bonds with their shiny companions, viewing them not simply as collectibles, but as partners who represent pivotal chapters in their journeys. A shiny Pokemon caught during a difficult period might serve as a beacon of hope, its unusual coloration forever linked to memories of perseverance through challenging times. These emotional anchors transform what could be considered a simple hobby into something far more meaningful, creating lasting relationships between trainer and Pokemon that transcend the digital realm. The phenomenon of shiny hunting has fostered unique social dynamics within trainer communities, where experienced hunters often take newcomers under their wing, sharing wisdom accumulated through countless hours of patient searching. These mentorship relationships create bonds that extend far beyond the pursuit of rare Pokemon, developing into genuine friendships built on shared dedication and mutual support. The teaching process itself becomes a meditative practice as veterans pass down not just techniques, but also the philosophical approaches that sustain long term hunting efforts. This knowledge transfer ensures that the art of shiny hunting continues to evolve while maintaining its core principles of patience and mindfulness. Weather patterns in various regions have been observed to influence shiny encounter rates in subtle ways, though the mechanisms remain mysterious. Trainers often speak of particularly productive hunting sessions during gentle rain showers or when morning mist clings to tall grass. The interplay between atmospheric conditions and Pokemon behavior creates an additional layer of complexity in hunting strategies, encouraging trainers to become more attuned to their natural surroundings. This heightened awareness transforms ordinary walks through familiar areas into opportunities for discovery as hunters learn to read environmental cues that may signal favorable conditions for rare encounters. The preservation of wild habitats has taken on new significance for shiny hunters who understand that diverse ecosystems support the complex conditions necessary for these rare manifestations to occur. Conservation efforts often receive unexpected support from trainer communities who recognize that protecting natural spaces directly benefits their hunting opportunities. This environmental consciousness creates a positive feedback loop where the pursuit of rare Pokemon encourages greater appreciation for the delicate balance of natural systems. Many hunters report developing deeper connections to specific locations after spending countless hours observing their rhythms and patterns. Memory formation during shiny encounters creates particularly vivid recollections that seem to resist the normal fading that affects most experiences. The neurochemical response to discovering something truly rare appears to enhance the encoding process, ensuring that these moments remain crystal clear even years later. Trainers can often recall with startling accuracy the exact circumstances surrounding each shiny encounter, from the time of day to the weather conditions to their emotional state at the moment of discovery. These enhanced memories serve as personal landmarks, helping hunters navigate their own growth and development through the lens of their collecting journey. The concept of shiny luck has evolved into a complex belief system within hunting communities, where trainers develop personal rituals and superstitions designed to influence their encounter rates. While these practices lack scientific foundation, they serve important psychological functions by providing hunters with a sense of agency and control over inherently random processes. The rituals themselves often become meditative practices, creating calm mental states that enhance the overall hunting experience, regardless of their actual effect on encounter rates. This placebo effect demonstrates the power of belief in shaping our relationship with uncertainty and chance. Technological advances continue to reshape the landscape of shiny hunting, with new tools and methods emerging regularly to assist dedicated trainers. However, the fundamental appeal of the practice remains rooted in its simplicity and the direct connection it fosters between hunter and environment. Modern conveniences may streamline certain aspects of the process, but they cannot replace the essential elements of patience, observation, and mindful presence that define successful hunting. This balance between innovation and tradition ensures that shiny hunting retains its meditative qualities while adapting to contemporary contexts. The study of genetics has revealed fascinating insights into the hereditary patterns that govern shiny characteristics, leading to sophisticated breeding programs that can increase the likelihood of producing these rare variants. The Masuda Method, named after game developer Junichi Masuda, demonstrates how international cooperation in breeding can influence genetic outcomes. These scientific approaches to shiny production complement rather than replace traditional hunting methods, offering alternative pathways for trainers with different temperaments and time constraints. The diversity of available methods ensures that every trainer can find an approach that resonates with their personal style and circumstances. Seasonal variations in Pokemon behavior create natural rhythms that experienced hunters will learn to anticipate and utilize. Spring migrations might bring opportunities to encounter traveling species in unusual locations, while winter conditions could concentrate certain Pokemon in predictable shelter areas. These cyclical patterns add temporal dimensions to hunting strategies, encouraging trainers to think in terms of long-term planning rather than immediate gratification. The seasonal approach to hunting naturally aligns with the patient mindset required for success, transforming the pursuit into a year-round practice that flows with natural rhythms. The documentation of shiny encounters has evolved into an art form in itself, with hunters developing sophisticated systems for recording and sharing their discoveries. Photography techniques specifically adapted for capturing the subtle differences in shiny coloration have emerged, allowing trainers to preserve and share the visual evidence of their achievements. These photographic records serve multiple purposes, functioning as proof of authenticity, while also creating beautiful visual archives that can be enjoyed long after the initial excitement of discovery has faded. The act of documentation itself becomes part of the hunting ritual, adding layers of meaning to each successful encounter. Cultural differences in shiny hunting approaches reflect broader attitudes toward patience, persistence, and the relationship between effort and reward. Some regions emphasize methodical, systematic approaches that mirror traditional work ethics, while others embrace more intuitive methods that rely on environmental awareness and spontaneous decision making. These cultural variations enrich the global hunting community by introducing diverse perspectives and techniques that might not emerge from any single tradition. The exchange of cultural approaches creates opportunities for hunters to expand their understanding and develop more nuanced strategies. The therapeutic benefits of shiny hunting have gained recognition among mental health professionals who appreciate the practice's combination of goal oriented behavior and mindful presence. The repetitive nature of hunting actions can induce meditative states that help reduce anxiety and promote emotional regulation. The unpredictable timing of successful encounters teaches acceptance of uncertainty, while the eventual rewards reinforce the value of persistence. This combination of psychological benefits makes shiny hunting an accessible form of active meditation that can be practiced almost anywhere. Training methodologies for shiny hunting have developed into comprehensive systems that address both technical skills and mental preparation. Advanced hunters often emphasize the importance of developing what they term hunting intuition, a subtle awareness that helps identify promising locations and optimal timing for encounters. This intuition develops gradually through extended practice and careful observation, representing a form of embodied knowledge that transcends simple technique. The cultivation of hunting intuition parallels the development of expertise in many traditional practices, where accumulated experience transforms conscious effort into unconscious competence. The economic aspects of shiny trading have created complex market dynamics that reflect both rarity and aesthetic appeal. Certain shiny Pokémon command premium values due to their extreme rarity or particularly striking color variations, while others might be valued for their competitive utility or personal significance to collectors. These market forces influence hunting priorities and strategies, though many dedicated hunters remain focused on personal satisfaction rather than economic gain. The existence of trading markets adds another dimension to the hunting ecosystem, providing outlets for excess discoveries while creating opportunities for hunters to obtain species that might be unavailable in their regions. Environmental factors beyond weather patterns continue to influence shiny encounter rates in ways that researchers are still working to understand. Elevation, proximity to water sources, soil composition, and even electromagnetic fields have all been proposed as potential variables affecting the quantum fluctuations that determine Pokémon coloration. While definitive causal relationships remain elusive, the investigation of these factors encourages hunters to develop deeper appreciation for the complexity of natural systems. This scientific curiosity transforms hunting expeditions into opportunities for environmental education and research. As the gentle rhythm of breathing slows and consciousness begins its natural drift toward sleep, the world of shiny Pokémon continues to sparkle in the depths of imagination. These extraordinary creatures serve as bridges between the waking world of dedicated pursuit and the dream realm where anything becomes possible. Their rare beauty reminds us that patience and persistence can reveal wonders hidden within the ordinary, while their gentle luminescence provides comfort and inspiration during quiet moments of reflection. In the soft transition between alertness and rest, the shimmer of these special Pokémon guides weary minds toward peaceful dreams filled with golden meadows and silver streams, where rare treasures await discovery in landscapes limited only by the boundless creativity of sleep. The phenomenon of shiny Pokémon extends into realms of color theory that reveal fascinating connections between perception and memory. The human eye perceives these alternate colorations through complex interactions between light wavelengths and specialized cells in the retina, creating neural patterns that differ significantly from those generated by standard Pokemon appearances. These unique visual signatures often trigger stronger memory formation, explaining why encounters with shiny Pokemon tend to be remembered with exceptional clarity and emotional resonance long after the initial discovery. The neurological basis for this enhanced recall involves the same mechanisms that make sunsets and rainbows particularly memorable, suggesting that shiny Pokemon tap into fundamental aspects of how consciousness processes beauty and rarity. Research into the cultural significance of specific colors reveals why certain shiny variants resonate more deeply with different communities around the world. Golden colorations often evoke associations with prosperity, achievement, and divine favor across numerous cultures, making golden, shiny Pokemon particularly treasured, regardless of their base rarity. Silver variants carry connotations of purity, mystery, and lunar symbolism, while deep blues and purples suggest nobility, wisdom, and connection to celestial realms. These cultural color associations influence not only individual preferences, but also regional trading patterns and the development of local hunting traditions that emphasize particular color families. The temporal aspects of shiny hunting reveal patterns that align with natural biorhythms and seasonal cycles in ways that extend beyond simple weather effects. Many experienced hunters report increased success rates during transitional periods such as dawn and dusk, when the boundary between day and night creates optimal conditions for encountering these liminal creatures. The changing light conditions during these golden hours may enhance the visibility of subtle color variations, while the quieter atmosphere reduces external distractions that might interfere with the focused attention required for successful hunting. These temporal preferences mirror ancient human practices of conducting important activities during threshold times when the veil between ordinary and extraordinary grows thin. Seasonal variations in shiny encounter rates follow complex patterns that researchers continue to investigate through long-term data collection projects spanning multiple years and diverse geographical regions. Spring months often show increased activity as Pokemon emerge from winter dormancy with heightened genetic expression, while autumn periods may concentrate shiny appearances as creatures prepare for seasonal migrations or hibernation. These cyclical patterns suggest that shiny manifestation connects to deeper ecological rhythms that govern reproduction, territorial behavior, and energy allocation within wild populations. The psychological benefits of shiny hunting extend into therapeutic applications that mental health professionals have begun to explore and document. The structured nature of hunting activities provides predictable routines that can help stabilize mood and anxiety levels, while the element of unpredictable reward creates positive anticipation that counters depressive tendencies. The outdoor components of many hunting strategies encourage physical exercise and exposure to natural environments, both of which contribute to improved mental well being through mechanisms that researchers are still working to fully understand. The social aspects of hunting communities provide support networks and shared purpose that combat isolation and promote resilience. Advanced hunting techniques have evolved to incorporate principles from fields as diverse as statistical analysis, behavioral psychology, and even quantum mechanics. Some practitioners develop elaborate probability models that account for variables ranging from time of day to lunar phases, creating personalized hunting schedules that maximize their chances of success while maintaining sustainable practice routines. Others focus on developing heightened sensory awareness, training themselves to detect subtle environmental cues that might indicate the presence of unusual Pokemon variants. These approaches reflect the human capacity to find depth and meaning in activities that might initially appear simple or straightforward. The documentation practices surrounding shiny discoveries have created extensive archives that serve multiple purposes beyond simple record keeping. Detailed encounter logs help hunters identify patterns in their own success rates while contributing to broader research efforts aimed at understanding the underlying mechanics of shiny manifestation. Photography and video documentation preserve the emotional impact of discoveries while creating shareable content that inspires and educates other members of the hunting community. These archives become personal treasures that hunters revisit during quiet moments, reliving the joy and excitement of successful encounters. The development of hunting ethics has emerged as communities grapple with questions about sustainable practices and environmental responsibility. Dedicated hunters often become passionate conservationists, recognizing that healthy ecosystems provide the foundation for successful long term hunting activities. This environmental awareness leads to practices such as habitat restoration, population monitoring, and advocacy for protected natural areas. The connection between hunting success and ecosystem health creates natural incentives for environmental stewardship that benefit both human communities and wild Pokemon populations. Regional variations in shiny manifestation create unique opportunities for cultural exchange as hunters travel to experience different environments and techniques. Desert regions may favor certain color variations that provide camouflage advantages in arid landscapes, while forest environments might support different patterns of genetic expression influenced by canopy cover and soil composition. These geographical differences encourage hunters to develop appreciation for diverse ecosystems while building connections with local communities that possess specialized knowledge about regional Pokemon behavior patterns. The intersection of technology and traditional hunting methods continues to evolve as new tools become available to support hunting activities. Digital tracking systems help hunters maintain detailed records while identifying optimal locations and timing for future expeditions. Communication technologies enable real-time sharing of discoveries and coordination of group hunting efforts across vast distances. However, many experienced hunters emphasize that technological aids should supplement rather than replace the development of fundamental skills such as patience, observation, and environmental awareness that form the foundation of successful hunting practice. The meditative qualities inherent in shiny hunting activities align with contemplative traditions from cultures around the world suggesting that these practices tap into universal human needs for focused attention and connection with natural rhythms. The repetitive actions involved in many hunting techniques create opportunities for mindful awareness that can reduce stress and promote mental clarity. The unpredictable nature of shiny encounters teaches acceptance of uncertainty while maintaining hope and persistence in the face of temporary disappointment. These lessons extend beyond hunting contexts to provide valuable life skills that benefit practitioners in numerous other areas. As consciousness drifts toward the threshold of sleep, the gentle sparkle of these rare creatures continues to illuminate pathways through the gathering darkness of approaching dreams. Their soft radiance serves as beacons of hope and wonder, reminding sleeping minds that extraordinary beauty can emerge from patient observation and dedicated practice. The shimmer of their alternate colorations becomes woven into the fabric of dreams, creating landscapes where golden grass waves beneath silver skies and crystal streams carry whispered promises of discoveries yet to come. In this peaceful transition between waking awareness and restorative sleep, shiny Pokémon stand as guardians of possibility, their gentle luminescence guiding weary spirits toward realms where patience transforms into treasure and wonder awaits those who dare to seek beyond the boundaries of the ordinary world. The phenomenon of shiny Pokémon extends beyond individual encounters to encompass broader ecological relationships that demonstrate the intricate interconnectedness of all living beings within their shared environments. Shiny variants often exhibit subtle behavioral differences that can influence their interactions with other species, creating ripple effects throughout entire ecosystem networks. A shiny butterfree with altered wing patterns might reflect light differently during mating displays, potentially affecting pollination patterns as it visits different flowers in search of nectar. These cascading influences remind observers that even the smallest changes in individual characteristics can contribute to larger environmental transformations over extended periods of time. The study of shiny Pokémon genetics has revealed fascinating insights into the mechanisms of heredity and adaptation that govern all life forms. Researchers have discovered that the genes responsible for shiny coloration often cluster with other traits that affect metabolism, disease resistance, and sensory capabilities. This genetic linkage suggests that shiny variants may possess enhanced abilities in certain areas while potentially experiencing trade offs in others. The delicate balance of these genetic factors creates natural experiments in evolution that provide valuable information about how species adapt to changing environmental conditions over successive generations. Ancient texts from various regions contain references to unusually colored Pokemon that match modern descriptions of shiny variants, indicating that these rare manifestations have captured human imagination for countless centuries. Historical accounts describe golden Magikarp swimming in sacred pools, silver Rapidash galloping across moonlit meadows, and crimson Gyarados emerging from mountain lakes during times of significant cultural transformation. These legendary encounters became woven into local folklore and spiritual practices, establishing cultural foundations that continue to influence contemporary attitudes toward shiny Pokemon discovery and appreciation. The seasonal patterns that influence shiny appearance rates create natural rhythms that align hunting activities with broader environmental cycles. Spring migrations often bring increased opportunities to encounter shiny variants as Pokemon travel along established routes between breeding and feeding grounds. Summer abundance provides extended daylight hours for observation, while autumn gathering behaviors concentrate multiple species in specific locations where food sources become available. Winter conditions may reduce overall activity levels, but create unique opportunities for hunters who adapt their techniques to accommodate seasonal behavioral changes and environmental conditions. Different evolutionary stages within the same Pokemon line can display dramatically different shiny colorations that reflect their changing ecological roles and physiological capabilities. A shiny Caterpie might exhibit subtle green variations that provide camouflage among leaves, while its evolved form Butterfree could develop brilliant blue wing patterns that serve entirely different purposes related to mate attraction and territorial display. These transformation sequences demonstrate how genetic potential unfolds through developmental processes that respond to both internal biological programming and external environmental influences throughout the Pokemon's lifespan. The mathematical probabilities underlying shiny encounters create fascinating patterns that reveal the elegant structure of randomness within natural systems. Statistical analysis of large hunting datasets shows that while individual encounters remain unpredictable, aggregate patterns emerge that follow recognizable distributions across different species, locations, and time periods. These mathematical relationships provide hunters with frameworks for understanding their experiences while maintaining the essential element of surprise that makes each discovery feel genuinely special and meaningful. Regional climate variations significantly influence the expression of shiny traits through complex interactions between genetic factors and environmental conditions. Tropical regions with high humidity and intense sunlight may favor certain pigmentation patterns that provide protection against ultraviolet radiation while maintaining effective thermoregulation. Temperate zones with seasonal temperature fluctuations might support different color variations that optimize survival strategies across multiple environmental conditions throughout the year. Arctic environments could select for shiny variants with enhanced insulation properties or improved visibility during extended periods of darkness. The social dynamics within Pokemon communities often shift when shiny variants are present, creating opportunities to observe complex behavioral interactions that reveal important aspects of species psychology and communication patterns. Shiny individuals may assume leadership roles within groups, attract unusual attention from potential mates, or experience social isolation depending on the specific cultural norms of their species. Those social phenomena provide insights into how physical differences influence community structures and individual relationships within natural populations. Conservation efforts increasingly recognize the importance of protecting genetic diversity that includes the rare aloes responsible for shiny manifestations. Habitat preservation initiatives now consider the need to maintain population sizes large enough to support the continued appearance of these uncommon variants across future generations. Research programs study how environmental pressures affect the frequency of shiny traits within wild populations, providing crucial information for developing effective conservation strategies that preserve both common and rare genetic variations within threatened species. The technological evolution of hunting methods continues to reveal new possibilities for enhancing the hunting experience while maintaining respect for traditional practices and natural processes. Advanced imaging systems can detect subtle color variations that might be missed by casual observation, while environmental monitoring equipment helps hunters understand the optimal conditions for different types of encounters. However, the most successful hunters often emphasize that technology serves best as a supplement to developed intuition and deep environmental knowledge, rather than as a replacement for these fundamental skills. Training methodologies for aspiring shiny hunters have evolved to incorporate insights from fields such as wildlife biology, environmental psychology, and contemplative practice. Structured learning programs teach patience development techniques alongside practical skills such as habitat identification, behavioral prediction, and optimal timing strategies. These educational approaches recognize that successful hunting requires both technical knowledge and personal qualities such as persistence, mindfulness, and emotional resilience in the face of extended periods without discoveries. The artistic inspiration derived from shiny Pokémon encounters has influenced creative expressions across multiple cultural mediums, from traditional painting and sculpture to contemporary digital art and musical composition. Artists often describe how the unexpected beauty of these rare variants provides new perspectives on color relationships, natural patterns, and the intersection between familiarity and surprise. These creative works serve to document and celebrate shiny discoveries while inspiring others to develop their own appreciation for the subtle variations that exist within natural systems. Philosophical contemplation of shiny Pokémon phenomena raises profound questions about the nature of rarity, beauty, and value within both natural and human contexts. The arbitrary yet meaningful differences that distinguish shiny variants from their common counterparts invite reflection on how societies construct concepts of specialness and worth. These considerations extend beyond Pokemon contexts to illuminate broader questions about diversity, acceptance, and the celebration of differences that make each individual unique and valuable within their community. As consciousness gradually releases its hold on waking awareness, the gentle presence of these luminous creatures continues to provide comfort and inspiration through the transition toward peaceful sleep. Their soft radiance becomes interwoven with the natural rhythms of breathing and heartbeat, creating a harmonious symphony of light and life that guides awareness toward deeper states of rest and renewal. The patient dedication required for successful shiny hunting transforms into dreams of perseverance rewarded, where each gentle sparkle represents the fulfillment of hopes maintained through countless quiet moments of watchful waiting. In this serene space between day and night, shiny Pokémon serve as gentle companions on the journey toward restorative sleep, their rare beauty illuminating pathways through dreams, where wonder and possibility dance together beneath starlit skies filled with infinite potential for discovery and joy. The pursuit of shiny Pokémon, while deeply rooted in the digital realm, paradoxically encourages a profound reconnection with principles of observation, patience, and an understanding of statistical probabilities that mirror aspects of traditional natural history and scientific inquiry. It's a fascinating blend of modern technology and timeless virtues, where the seemingly simple act of encountering a different colored creature opens doors to deeper philosophical reflections. The allure isn't merely about possession, but about the story behind the acquisition, the journey, the quiet determination that led to that moment of discovery. Consider the early days, the very first appearances of these elusive forms. In the initial iterations of the Pokemon world, the concept of a shiny Pokemon was not explicitly detailed within game mechanics in the way it is understood today. The term itself, shiny, emerged from the community, a descriptor born from the shimmering, sparkling animation that accompanied these rare encounters. This organic development of terminology speaks to the collective human tendency to name and categorize, to give form to the unusual and the beautiful. The first known shiny Pokemon in the core series games was the Red Gyarados found in the Lake of Rage in the Johto region, a guaranteed encounter that served as a dramatic introduction to this new phenomenon. This specific encounter acted as a tutorial, a tangible example for players of what a shiny Pokemon was, sparking curiosity and desire for more such discoveries. The Red Gyarados holds a special place in the lore, not just as a unique variant, but as a plot point, a creature whose unusual coloration was attributed to the machinations of Team Rocket, who were using radio waves to force Pokemon to evolve. This narrative integration gave the concept of variation a contextual depth, suggesting that even within the world's internal logic, such striking differences could have underlying causes, whether natural or artificial. This blending of rarity with story allowed the idea of shiny Pokemon to immediately resonate with players on multiple levels, moving beyond mere aesthetic appeal to touch upon themes of environmental interference and the consequences of tampering with natural processes. The statistical odds of encountering a shiny Pokemon have fluctuated across different generations of the games, a topic of much discussion and strategizing among enthusiasts. Initially, the base odds were approximately 1 in 8192, a number that speaks to the extreme rarity and the sheer dedication required for discovery. This probability was later adjusted in subsequent generations, typically becoming more favorable, often around 1 in 496, and even further reduced with various in-game mechanics designed to aid the dedicated hunter. These mechanics, such as the Shiny Charm, a special item that increases the likelihood of finding shiny Pokemon, or methods like the Masuda Method for breeding, where Pokemon from different language regions have a higher chance of producing shiny offspring, represent a fascinating evolution in game design. They acknowledge the player base's enduring fascination with these rare forms and provide structured pathways for pursuit without entirely diminishing the sense of challenge and luck. The Masuda Method, named after Junichi Masuda, a prominent game director and composer for the Pokemon series, is a particularly elegant example of how gameplay mechanics can subtly encourage international interaction and cultural exchange within a digital world. By incentivizing players to breed Pokemon obtained from different linguistic versions of the game, it subtly promotes a global community where the diversity of players contributes to the shared goal of finding these unique creatures. It's a quiet testament to the interconnectedness of the modern gaming world, where a Japanese Ditto paired with an English Charmander can lead to a sparkling, charcoal colored offspring, a product of digital cross cultural pollination. Beyond the core series games, Shiny Pokémon have also made appearances in spin off titles and the animated series, further cementing their place in the broader Pokémon mythology. In the anime, shiny Pokémon are often depicted as extraordinarily powerful or possessing unique traits, further elevating their status beyond mere color changes. These portrayals in other media serve to reinforce the idea that shiny Pokémon are not just palette swaps, but distinct entities, perhaps even holding a deeper significance within the natural order of the Pokémon world. This consistent portrayal across different forms of media helps to build a rich tapestry of lore around these creatures, making them more than just collectible items, but characters within the grand narrative of Pokémon. The concept of a shiny Pokémon therefore transcends a simple aesthetic alteration. It becomes a marker of distinction, a testament to perseverance, and sometimes a symbol of environmental peculiarity or even cosmic influence. Consider the intricate details that differentiate a regular Pokémon from its shiny counterpart. Often, the color palette shifts dramatically, transforming familiar hues into unexpected shades. A common example is the popular Red Gyarados, which famously appeared in the Johto region's Lake of Rage, a deviation from its usual blue. This particular shiny is one of the most iconic, not only for its striking appearance, but also for its narrative significance within the game's storyline, hinting at the unnatural experiments conducted by Team Rocket. Its crimson scales evoke a sense of power and a touch of danger, an immediate visual cue that this creature is out of the ordinary. Such an explicit narrative integration for a shiny Pokémon is somewhat rare, making the Lake of Rage Gyarados a memorable exception and a powerful symbol of the potential for both beauty and devastation within the Pokémon worlds. Beyond this famous example, the spectrum of shiny transformations is vast and varied, ranging from subtle shifts that require a keen eye to notice to complete overhauls that make the Pokémon almost unrecognizable. Take, for instance, the shiny form of Pikachu, whose color change is so minimal, a slightly deeper orange tint, that many players might miss it entirely without the telltale sparkles that accompany its appearance. This subtlety can be a source of both frustration and delight, as it demands an even closer examination of each encounter, adding another layer to the hunt. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Pokémon like Charizard, whose shiny form boasts a striking black coloration, transforming its iconic orange and cream design into something much more fierce and imposing. This dramatic change has made shiny Charizard one of the most sought-after shiny Pokémon, a true trophy for any dedicated trainer. The contrast between these two extremes highlights the creative freedom exercised in designing these alternate colorations, ensuring that each shiny encounter, regardless of its visual impact, feels like a unique discovery. The design choices behind shiny forms are not always arbitrary. Sometimes they draw inspiration from real-world phenomena, cultural references, or even earlier concept art for the Pokémon. For instance, the shiny form of Espeon, which shifts from its usual lavender to a vibrant green, is thought by some to be a nod to jade, a precious stone often associated with good fortune and prosperity in East Asian cultures. Similarly, the shiny form of Metagross, which changes from blue to silver, might be inspired by the metallic sheen of polished steel, emphasizing its formidable mechanical nature. These subtle layers of meaning embedded within the shiny designs add depth to the Pokemon lore, inviting players to delve deeper into the creative process behind these beloved creatures. It's a testament to the meticulous attention to detail that often goes into the development of the Pokemon worlds, where even a color swap can carry a hidden narrative. The concept of rarity itself contributes significantly to the allure of shiny Pokemon. The sheer unlikelihood of encountering one adds to the thrill of discovery. Without the various methods implemented in later games to increase the odds, finding a shiny Pokemon was a truly monumental achievement, a moment of pure, unadulterated luck. This inherent rarity also fuels the trading economy within the Pokemon community, with shiny Pokemon often serving as valuable currency for obtaining other rare or sought after creatures. The value of a shiny Pokemon is not just in its aesthetic appeal, but also in the time and effort, or indeed the sheer fortune that went into acquiring it. This makes each shiny a story in itself, a testament to a player's dedication or a stroke of serendipity. The introduction of the shiny charm in Generation VAV, an item that boosts the odds of encountering shiny Pokemon, marked a significant shift in the shiny hunting landscape. While it made the pursuit more accessible, it also sparked debates within the community about the true meaning of rarity. Some purists argue that the shiny charm diminishes the prestige of shiny Pokemon, making them less special. Others embrace it as a welcome quality of life improvement, allowing more players to experience the joy of shiny hunting without the extreme grind previously required. Regardless of one's stance, the shiny charm has undeniably democratized shiny hunting, making it a more engaging and achievable goal for a wider audience. It's a delicate balance between preserving the challenge and making the reward more attainable, a constant negotiation in game design. Beyond the main series games, the concept of shiny Pokemon has permeated other facets of the franchise, including the immensely popular Pokemon Go. In this augmented reality game, shiny Pokemon are also present, often released during special events or community days, adding another layer of excitement and urgency to the gameplay. The real-world element of Pokemon Go, where players physically explore their surroundings to catch Pokemon, gives shiny hunting a unique dimension. The thrill of spotting a brightly colored Pokemon on your phone screen while walking through a park or city street adds an unexpected burst of joy to everyday life. The limited time availability of certain shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go also fosters a sense of community, as players often share information about shiny spawns and collaborate to catch these elusive creatures. The anime adaptation has also embraced the concept of shiny Pokemon, albeit with less frequency than in the games. When shiny Pokemon do appear in the anime, they are often portrayed as exceptionally powerful or having a unique connection to their environment. For instance, the previously mentioned Red Gyarados from the Lake of Rage played a pivotal role in a Team Rocket plot, highlighting its unusual nature. Another notable example is a shiny Noctowl owned by Ash, which proved to be exceptionally intelligent and became a valuable member of his team. These portrayals in the anime serve to reinforce the idea that shiny Pokémon are not merely cosmetic variations, but possess an inherent distinctiveness that sets them apart from their regular counterparts. They are often depicted as having a deeper, more mystical connection to the world around them, almost as if they are touched by some unseen force. The card game, Pokemon trading card game, also occasionally features shiny Pokemon, depicted with unique holographic foil patterns and often commanding higher values among collectors. These shiny cards are highly sought after, not just for their aesthetic appeal, but also for their rarity, mirroring the in game phenomenon. The visual flair of a shiny card, with its shimmering effects, captures the essence of the digital sparkles that accompany a shiny encounter in the video games, translating that moment of discovery into a tangible collectible. This cross media representation further solidifies the iconic status of shiny Pokemon across the entire franchise, making them a consistent highlight for fans. The concept of full odds, shiny hunting, refers to the pursuit of shiny Pokemon without any in game mechanics to boost the chances, relying solely on the base probability. This method is often considered the most challenging and, for some, the most rewarding form of shiny hunting. It requires immense patience and perseverance, as players might spend hundreds, if not thousands, of encounters before finally stumbling upon a shiny. The feeling of accomplishment after a full odds shiny hunt is often described as unparalleled, a testament to the dedication and sheer luck involved. It's a journey of quiet determination, often accompanied by soft music or podcasts, as the repetitive actions are undertaken with the hope of that singular, dazzling moment. The various methods employed in different generations for shiny hunting have evolved over time, reflecting changes in game design philosophies and player preferences. In earlier generations, the primary method was simply to encounter as many wild Pokemon as possible, a process often referred to as random encounters or soft resetting if the target was a legendary or static encounter. Later generations introduced mechanics like the PokéRadar in Generation 4, which allowed players to chain encounters of the same Pokemon, increasing the shiny odds with each successful chain. This method required precise timing and strategic movement, adding a layer of skill to the hunt. The SOS battle mechanic in Generation 7 also offered a unique way to shiny hunt, where calling for allies increased the chances of a shiny appearing. Each of these methods, while different in execution, shared the common goal of providing players with a structured, albeit still challenging, path to obtaining these coveted Pokemon. They offer a blend of strategic play and the ever present element of chance, keeping the hunt engaging. The community surrounding shiny hunting is incredibly vibrant and supportive. Online forums, social media groups, and streaming platforms are filled with players sharing their shiny discoveries, offering advice, and celebrating each other's successes. This shared passion creates a sense of camaraderie, turning what could be a solitary endeavor into a collective experience. The excitement of seeing another player finally achieve their shiny goal after countless hours of effort is a testament to the unifying power of this shared hobby. It's a space where patience is celebrated and every sparkle is met with genuine enthusiasm, fostering a positive and encouraging environment for all who partake. The emotional impact of finding a shiny Pokemon is often described with vivid detail by players. The sudden appearance of a different color, accompanied by the distinctive sparkling animation and sound effect, can evoke a rush of adrenaline, followed by immense relief and joy. It's a moment of pure serendipity, a payoff for all the time and effort invested. For some, it's a moment of nostalgia, reminding them of earlier Pokemon adventures. For others, it's the thrill of the chase, the satisfaction of finally achieving a long sought after goal. This emotional connection elevates shiny Pokemon beyond mere digital collectibles. They become cherished memories, symbols of perseverance, and tangible representations of luck. The phenomenon of shiny locking occurs when certain Pokemon, typically important story related encounters or event Pokemon, are programmed to never appear as shiny, regardless of the player's efforts. This decision by the developers is often made to preserve the narrative integrity of the game or to ensure that special event Pokemon remain unique. While understandable from a development perspective, shiny locking can be a source of disappointment for dedicated shiny hunters who wish to obtain every possible shiny form. It highlights the tension between preserving game design intentions and catering to the desires of the most passionate players. The concept of a living shiny dex is an ambitious goal for many collectors, involving obtaining one of every single shiny Pokemon, including all their evolutionary forms, and storing them in the in-game storage system. This monumental undertaking requires immense dedication, often spanning multiple games and hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of gameplay. It's a true test of a trainer's commitment, a testament to their love for the franchise, and a comprehensive display of their shiny hunting prowess. The satisfaction of completing such a collection is immense, representing a profound personal achievement within the Pokemon universe. The aesthetic appeal of shiny Pokemon is subjective, of course. While some shiny forms are universally adored for their striking appearance, others are met with mixed reactions, sometimes even disappointment. A shiny that is too similar to its regular counterpart, or one that features an unusual and perhaps unappealing color combination, might not be as highly sought after. However, even these less popular shiny forms hold value for completionists and those who appreciate the full spectrum of shiny diversity. It speaks to the varied tastes within the community and the idea that beauty, even in the digital world, lies in the eye of the beholder. The consistent presence of shiny Pokemon throughout the franchise's history has solidified their status as an integral and beloved aspect of the Pokemon experience. From their accidental inception to their current sophisticated implementation, they represent a journey of evolving game design, player engagement, and community building. They are a quiet testament to the enduring appeal of discovery, the thrill of the unexpected, and the simple joy of finding something truly special in a vast and vibrant world. And as new generations of Pokemon are introduced, new shiny forms will undoubtedly emerge, continuing this fascinating tradition and offering countless more opportunities for quiet, patient hunts under the digital moonlight. Each new generation brings fresh possibilities, new challenges, and new colors to discover, ensuring that the allure of the shiny Pokemon remains an evergreen fascination for trainers around the world, a gentle beacon of possibility in the expansive universe of Pokemon. The quiet rustle of virtual grass, the soft glow of the screen, the anticipation building with each encounter. These are the subtle rhythms of the shiny hunt, a soothing, repetitive dance with chance, where every moment holds the potential for a magical, glittering surprise. And as the hours drift by, the pursuit of these rare and radiant creatures becomes a meditative journey, a tranquil expedition into the heart of the Pokemon world, guided by the soft promise of a sparkle. The subtle differences in some shiny forms can be incredibly difficult to spot, especially for Pokemon with already muted color palettes, or those whose shiny variations involve only slight shifts in hue. Think of Pokemon like Garchomp, whose shiny form is a slightly darker shade of blue, or Blissey, which adopts a slightly more pastel pink. These subtle changes require a keen eye and often a direct comparison to the regular form to truly appreciate the alteration. This challenge, however, can be part of the appeal for some hunters, transforming the search into a true test of observation and patience. It's a quiet satisfaction to discern those minute differences, to recognize the subtle glint of a truly rare find that might otherwise be overlooked by a less discerning eye. The methods for obtaining shiny Pokemon have evolved considerably over the years, moving from purely random encounters to more structured and even somewhat predictable systems. In the earliest games, like Pokemon Gold and Silver, the only way to find a shiny was through sheer luck, a 1 in 8,192 chance with every single wild encounter. This incredibly low probability made each shiny discovery a monumental event, a tale to be recounted with hushed reverence amongst fellow trainers. There were no breeding mechanics to influence shiny rates, no special items, no in-game boosts. It was simply the roll of a digital dice, repeated thousands upon thousands of times. This raw, unadulterated randomness, while incredibly challenging, also imbued each shiny with an almost mythical status, a true testament to the dedication or extraordinary fortune of its trainer. The introduction of breeding mechanics in later generations brought with it the concept of the Masuda Method, named after Game Freak director Junichi Masuda. This method significantly increases the odds of hatching a shiny Pokemon when two Pokemon from different real-world language versions of the game are bred together. For example, breeding a Japanese Ditto with an English Pikachu would drastically improve the chances of hatching a shiny Pichu. This innovation revolutionized shiny hunting, allowing players to actively pursue specific shiny Pokemon with a much more manageable probability, typically around 1 in 683, or even lower with the shiny charm. The Masuda method introduced a layer of strategy and control to shiny hunting, transforming it from a purely passive endeavor into an active, albeit still time-consuming pursuit. It also fostered a global community, as players would often trade foreign dittos specifically for shiny breeding purposes, unknowingly strengthening bonds across different language barriers through a shared passion. The shiny charm, an item introduced in Generation VAS, further refined the shiny hunting experience. Once obtained, usually after completing the regional or national Pokédex, this charm permanently boosts the odds of encountering or hatching a shiny Pokemon. When combined with the Masuda method, the shiny charm can bring the odds of hatching a shiny down to as low as 1 in 512, making the goal feel significantly more attainable. For wild encounters, the shiny charm typically reduces the odds to around 1 in 1365. These boosted odds, while still requiring considerable effort, have made shiny hunting accessible to a wider audience, transforming it from an activity reserved for the most dedicated into something that many more players can realistically achieve. The shiny charm represents a reward for completionists, a tangible benefit for those who have dedicated themselves to cataloging every Pokemon within a region, and a powerful tool for continuing their journey in a new, more colorful way. Other methods have emerged in various games, each offering a unique twist on the shiny hunt. Chain fishing in Generation 6, for instance, allowed players to increase their shiny odds by consecutively catching Pokemon through fishing without failing or moving. The longer the chain, the higher the chance of a shiny appearing. This method introduced a rhythmic, almost meditative aspect to shiny hunting, where concentration and timing were key. Similarly, the DexNav in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire offered a search level mechanic, where repeated encounters with a specific Pokemon could increase the likelihood of finding one with special attributes, including shininess. Horde encounters also provided a unique opportunity, allowing players to encounter 5 Pokemon at once, multiplying the chances of a shiny appearing in a single turn. More recent games have introduced even more specialized methods. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Let's Go EV featured catch combos, where catching the same species of Pokemon repeatedly would increase the shiny odds for that particular species, eventually reaching a very high probability. This encouraged focused, single species hunts, fostering a deep familiarity with the targeted Pokemon. Pokemon Sword and Shield introduced brilliant aura Pokemon and the concept of knockout chains, where repeatedly defeating or catching a Pokemon could boost shiny odds. While the mechanics were sometimes debated within the community regarding their exact effectiveness, they nonetheless offered alternative pathways to shiny discovery beyond the traditional random encounter or Masuda Method. Pokemon Legends. Arceus revolutionized shiny hunting once again with its emphasis on overworld encounters and massive mass outbreaks. In this game, shiny Pokemon are visible in the overworld, allowing players to spot them directly without initiating a battle. This dramatically changed the hunting experience, making it more dynamic and visually engaging. Massive mass outbreaks, special events where large numbers of a particular Pokemon species appear, further increased shiny odds, sometimes reaching incredibly low numbers, making shiny hunting in Arceus one of the most accessible and popular experiences to date. The sight of a sparkling Pokemon in the vast, open landscapes of Hisui was a truly exhilarating moment, a direct visual reward for exploration and patience. This design choice resonated deeply with many players as it transformed the abstract probability into a concrete, observable phenomenon. These varied methods, from the purely random to the intricately designed, reflect a continuous effort by the game developers to keep the shiny hunting experience fresh and engaging. They cater to different playstyles. Some prefer the quiet solitude of egg hatching, others, the active pursuit of wild encounters, and still others, the strategic chaining of specific mechanics. Regardless of the method chosen, the underlying principle remains the same: a sustained effort, a touch of luck, and the ultimate reward of a uniquely colored Pokemon. This evolution of hunting mechanics has ensured that shiny Pokemon remain a captivating aspect of the franchise, adapting to new game designs and player expectations while retaining their core appeal. The journey of finding a shiny is as much about the process as it is about the outcome, a testament to dedication and a quiet celebration of perseverance. The impact of shiny Pokemon extends beyond mere in game collection. They have fostered a vibrant community of hunters and collectors, sharing tips, strategies, and tales of their most prized finds. Online forums, social media groups, and streaming platforms are filled with discussions about shiny odds, preferred methods, and the emotional highs and lows of the hunt. There are countless videos documenting shiny reactions where players capture their genuine surprise and excitement upon encountering a rare sparkle. These shared experiences create a sense of camaraderie, connecting players from different backgrounds through a common passion. The act of displaying a shiny Pokemon, whether in a competitive battle or simply in a virtual park, is a quiet badge of honor, a subtle declaration of dedication and good fortune. Shiny Pokemon also hold significant value in the realm of trading. Certain rare or highly sought after shiny forms can command high prices in the in game economy, often being traded for other valuable Pokemon, rare items, or even multiple regular Pokemon. This adds another layer of engagement to the shiny phenomenon, turning them into a form of virtual currency or collectible asset. The rarity and desirability of a shiny can fluctuate based on its appearance, its competitive viability, and the difficulty of obtaining it. A shiny legendary Pokemon, for example, is often considered one of the most valuable trophies due to its singular nature and the often arduous process of resetting for it. The concept of a shiny living Pokedex has emerged among the most dedicated collectors. This ambitious goal involves obtaining a shiny version of every single Pokemon species, including all their evolutionary forms, and storing them in a single collection. This undertaking requires an immense amount of time, patience, and often collaboration with other trainers. It is a testament to the ultimate level of dedication within the Pokemon community, a true long term project that can span multiple games and many years. The completion of such a Pokedex is a monumental achievement, a quiet, glittering monument to a passion for collecting. Beyond the competitive and collecting aspects, shiny Pokemon simply bring a unique aesthetic pleasure. For many, the joy comes from simply having a Pokemon with a different, often more striking color palette. It's a personal preference, a way to personalize one's team and express individuality within the game. A favorite Pokemon in its shiny form can feel even more special, a beloved companion with a unique touch. This aesthetic appeal is fundamental to their enduring popularity, adding a layer of visual delight to the Pokemon experience. The subtle beauty of a blue Charizard, the elegant shimmer of a black Rayquaza, or the vibrant pink of a Corsola. These visual variations resonate deeply with players, transforming familiar creatures into fresh, exciting discoveries. The development of shiny Pokemon was, in fact, an accidental discovery by a programmer during the development of Pokemon Gold and Silver. It was never an intentional design choice at the outset, but rather a byproduct of how Pokemon data was stored. A particular value in the Pokemon's data determined its color palette, and a specific combination of these values would result in an alternate color scheme. This happy accident was then embraced by the developers and formalized into the shiny concept, adding an unexpected layer of rarity and excitement to the games. This serendipitous origin story only adds to the mystique and charm of shiny Pokemon, reminding us that sometimes the most beloved features arise from unforeseen circumstances. The lore within the Pokemon world rarely directly addresses the phenomenon of shiny Pokemon. They are generally treated as natural, albeit extremely rare variations within a species. There isn't a specific in universe explanation for their existence, no ancient prophecy or mystical energy that creates them. This lack of explicit lore allows them to exist as a quiet, unexplained wonder, a subtle nod to the natural diversity that can be found in any ecosystem, even a fictional one. Their rarity is their own explanation, their existence a simple testament to the vast and varied genetic possibilities within the world of Pokemon. They are simply there, waiting to be found, a testament to the quiet miracles of nature. The experience of finding a shiny Pokemon can be incredibly varied. For some, it's a sudden, heart stopping moment of pure shock and disbelief, especially if it happens unexpectedly during a casual playthrough. For others, it's the culmination of hours, days, or even weeks of dedicated hunting, a moment of profound satisfaction and relief after a long and patient endeavor. The emotion can range from a quiet smile of contentment to an audible gasp of delight. Regardless of the intensity, the moment of discovery is always unique and personal, etched into the memory of the trainer. It's a small, personal victory, a quiet triumph in the vast digital world. The sound effect that accompanies a shiny Pokemon's appearance, a gentle sparkle or chime, has become iconic. It's a subtle audio cue that instantly alerts the player to their rare find, often before the visual difference is even fully registered. This sound is a Pavlovian trigger for many trainers, instantly generating a rush of excitement and anticipation. It's a quiet, yet powerful signal that something truly special has just occurred, a small, delightful sound that signifies a big moment. In competitive Pokemon battling, shiny Pokemon are purely cosmetic. They offer no statistical advantage or unique abilities over their regular counterparts. A shiny Charizard is no stronger than a non-shiny Charizard. However, for many competitive players, bringing a shiny Pokemon into battle adds an extra layer of flair and intimidation. It shows dedication, luck, and a commitment to personalizing one's team. It's a quiet flex, a subtle way of saying, I've put in the extra effort. While not affecting the game's mechanics, the visual presence of a shiny on the battlefield can certainly boost a player's confidence and sometimes even subtly influence an opponent's perception. It's a quiet testament to the power of aesthetics, even in a numbers-driven game. The pursuit of shiny Pokemon is, in many ways, a microcosm of the larger Pokemon experience, exploration, discovery, patience, and the joy of connection. It's a journey that can be undertaken alone or shared with a global community, a quiet, persistent quest for something beautiful and rare. And as the sun sets in the digital world, casting long shadows over the virtual grass, the soft glow of the screen continues to illuminate the path for countless trainers, each hoping for that gentle sparkle, that quiet chime, that moment of pure, unadulterated joy that only a shiny Pokemon can bring. It's a timeless pursuit, an enduring fascination, and a calming rhythm in the endless dance of chance and discovery. Each soft rustle, each gentle encounter holds the quiet promise of a glittering surprise, a tranquil whisper of possibility in the vast, serene landscape of the Pokemon world. And as the night deepens, the gentle hunt continues, guided by the quiet hope of a shimmering companion, a beacon of peace in the digital realm. The allure of shiny Pokemon extends far beyond mere aesthetics. It taps into a fundamental human desire for collection and uniqueness, a quiet yearning for something truly special in a world of the ordinary. This pursuit, while sometimes demanding, often becomes a meditative practice, a repetitive yet rewarding cycle of encounters and resets, each one bringing the trainer a little closer to their shimmering goal. The sheer variety of shiny forms, from subtle color shifts to dramatic transformations, ensures that each discovery feels fresh and exciting, a new chapter in a never ending story of digital exploration. Consider the gentle change in color of a shiny Umbreon, its rings shifting from vibrant yellow to a serene light blue. This alteration, while not drastically different from its original form, evokes a sense of calm and mystery, perfectly suiting its nocturnal nature. The subtle elegance of this particular shiny makes it a highly sought after companion, a quiet testament to understated beauty. Then there are the more striking transformations, like the fiery red of a shiny Gyarados, a stark contrast to its usual blue. This dramatic shift is instantly recognizable and has become one of the most iconic shiny forms in the entire franchise, a symbol of perseverance and the thrilling reward that awaits dedicated trainers. The vibrant red scales shimmer under the digital moonlight, a beacon of power and rarity, a gentle reminder of the fierce determination that went into its capture. The history of shiny Pokemon dates back to the second generation of games, Pokemon Gold and Silver, released in 1999. In these early titles, the mechanics for encountering a shiny Pokemon were quite different. The shininess of a Pokemon was determined by its individual values, or IVs, a set of hidden numbers that influence a Pokemon's stats. Specifically, if a Pokemon had certain IV combinations for its attack, defense, special, and speed stats, it would appear as a shiny. This meant that certain IV spreads were inherently shiny, a fascinating, if somewhat complex, initial implementation of the concept. The introduction of this mechanic added an unexpected layer of depth to the game, a quiet secret waiting to be uncovered by observant trainers. The most famous example of this early shiny mechanic is the Red Gyarados found in the Lake of Rage. This scripted shiny encounter was a deliberate design choice by Game Freak, serving as a tutorial for the new shiny mechanic and providing trainers with an early, guaranteed rare Pokemon. For many, this encounter was their first introduction to shiny Pokemon, a memorable moment that sparked a lifelong passion for collecting these rare variants. The crimson scales of that Gyarados, reflecting the digital ripples of the lake, have become an enduring image in Pokemon lore, a gentle reminder of a simpler time in the vast history of the games. Over time, the mechanics for shiny encounters have evolved considerably, moving away from the IV-based system to a more straightforward random chance. This change made the pursuit of shinies more accessible, as it no longer relied on understanding complex hidden stats. Instead, it became a pure game of chance, a gentle lottery with a beautiful prize at the end. The base odds for encountering a shiny Pokemon have generally remained consistent across generations, typically around 1 in 4096. These odds, while seemingly daunting, are part of what makes each shiny discovery so profoundly satisfying, a quiet triumph against the statistical tide. Various methods have been introduced in subsequent games to improve these odds, offering trainers different strategies for their shiny hunts. The Masuda Method, named after Game Freak director Junichi Masuda, is one of the most popular and effective techniques. This method involves breeding two Pokemon from different real world language regions. When breeding Pokemon this way, the odds of hatching a shiny egg are significantly increased, often to around 1 in 683, or even lower in some games. This quiet, repetitive act of breeding and hatching, watching hundreds of eggs emerge, can be incredibly calming, a rhythmic pursuit that yields beautiful results. Imagine the gentle tap 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 of the eggs being collected, the quiet anticipation with each hatch, the sudden burst of color signaling success. Another widely used method is chain fishing, introduced in Pokemon X's and Y weeks. This technique involves successfully fishing for Pokemon multiple times in a row without moving or failing to hook a Pokemon. As the chain grows, the odds of encountering a shiny Pokemon increase dramatically. This method encourages patience and precision, a gentle test of focus and timing. The quiet plop of the fishing rod, the gentle tug on the line, the shimmering scales appearing from the water, it's a serene and rewarding experience, a quiet communion with the digital environment. In later games, SOS chaining in Pokemon Sun and Moon offered another innovative approach. This method involves repeatedly encountering a wild Pokemon that calls for allies. Each time an ally appears, the odds of a shiny appearing in the chain increase. This can be a more intense method, requiring careful management of resources and battle strategies, but the payoff of a shiny appearing amidst a flurry of allies is incredibly exhilarating. The quiet tension of each turn, hoping for that shimmering arrival, creates a unique kind of meditative excitement. The shiny charm, a key item introduced in Pokemon Black, Mukutuis, and White Tusarix, further enhances a trainer's chances of finding shiny Pokemon. This item, obtained after completing the regional or national Pokedex, effectively triples the base shiny odds, making the hunt significantly less time consuming. For dedicated collectors, acquiring the shiny charm is often one of the first major goals after completing the main story, a quiet declaration of intent to embark on serious shiny hunting endeavors. It's a testament to the developer's understanding of the community's passion for these rare creatures, a gentle nod to the trainers who strive for completion. Beyond these mechanical methods, the very act of shiny hunting itself has become a cultural phenomenon within the Pokemon community. Dedicated streamers spend hours, sometimes days, live on camera, meticulously resetting their games or hatching eggs, all in the quiet hope of that coveted sparkle. The shared anticipation, the collective gasps of excitement when a shiny finally appears, creates a unique bond among these digital adventurers. It's a testament to the power of shared experience, a quiet celebration of perseverance and luck. The aesthetic appeal of shiny Pokemon is not always about dramatic color changes. Sometimes, the most beautiful shinies are those with subtle shifts, requiring a keen eye to spot the difference. Consider shiny Gengar, which is only slightly darker than its regular form, or shiny Zapdos, with a barely perceptible change in its yellow hue. These subtle variations often pose a greater challenge for trainers, requiring heightened attention and a deeper appreciation for nuance. The quiet satisfaction of spotting such a discreet shiny is a unique reward, a testament to one's observational skills. Then there are the shinies that completely transform a Pokemon's appearance, making it almost unrecognizable. Shiny Metagross, for instance, trades its silver and blue for a striking silver and gold, a truly regal and powerful aesthetic. Shiny Charizard, often considered one of the most popular shiny forms, sheds its orange for a sleek, its intimidating black, transforming it into a truly iconic creature. These dramatic changes are often the most highly sought after, their visual impact undeniable, a quiet statement of power and rarity. The personal connection trainers form with their shiny Pokémon is often deeper than with their regular counterparts. The time and effort invested in acquiring a shiny create a unique narrative for that specific Pokémon. It's not just a digital creature, it's a symbol of perseverance, luck, and dedication. Each gentle glint of its scales, each subtle shift in its color, reminds the trainer of the journey they undertook. This emotional attachment transcends the game's mechanics, turning a collection of pixels into a cherished companion, a quiet confidant in the digital world. The community surrounding shiny hunting is also a source of great comfort and camaraderie. Forums, social media groups, and online communities are dedicated to sharing shiny successes, offering tips, and providing encouragement during long, arduous hunts. This shared passion creates a supportive environment, a quiet corner of the internet where like minded individuals can connect over their love for these rare digital creatures. The gentle exchange of stories, the shared excitement, fosters a sense of belonging, a quiet understanding of the unique joy that shiny hunting brings. Even the most mundane Pokemon can become incredibly special when found in its shiny form. A shiny Bidoof, for example, while perhaps not the most powerful or visually stunning Pokemon, holds immense value for the trainer who patiently sought it out. Its subtle golden hue transforms it from an ordinary encounter into a cherished memory, a quiet reminder that beauty can be found in unexpected places. This democratic aspect of shiny hunting, where any Pokemon, regardless of its statistical prowess, can become a rare gem, adds to its universal appeal. The phenomenon of shiny Pokemon also highlights the enduring appeal of collectible items in video games. Much like collecting rare stamps or coins in the real world, the pursuit of shiny Pokemon taps into that primal human urge to acquire and curate unique objects. The digital nature of these collectibles doesn't diminish their value. In fact, it often enhances it as they exist within a vibrant, ever evolving digital ecosystem. It's a quiet testament to the enduring power of virtual possessions, a gentle reminder that value can be found in many forms. The quiet thrill of a successful shiny hunt is often accompanied by a sense of disbelief and overwhelming joy. After hours of repetitive actions, the sudden appearance of that different color, that gentle sparkle, can be truly electrifying. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated happiness, a quiet celebration of patience finally paying off. This profound emotional response is a key reason why trainers continue to engage in this often tedious pursuit, the promise of that feeling fueling their dedication. The development of shiny Pokemon has also seen some interesting quirks and unique cases. For example, some Pokemon have gender differences in their regular forms, but these differences might not always be present or as pronounced in their shiny forms, or vice versa. These subtle inconsistencies add another layer of depth for dedicated collectors, a quiet challenge to identify every minute detail. The world of shiny Pokemon is rich with these small, fascinating nuances, each one contributing to its overall charm. As technology advances, the visual presentation of shiny Pokemon has also evolved. From the pixelated sprites of the Game Boy era to the fully 3D models of the Nintendo Switch games, the shimmering effects and color palettes have become increasingly sophisticated. This continuous refinement enhances the aesthetic appeal, making each shiny discovery even more visually captivating. The gentle glow and intricate details of modern shiny Pokemon are a testament to the ongoing dedication of the developers, a quiet commitment to visual excellence. The pursuit of shiny Pokemon is more than just a game mechanic, it's a journey of patience, perseverance, and passion. It's a quiet, personal quest that offers a unique blend of challenge and reward, a calming rhythm in the vast, serene landscape of the Pokemon world. Each soft rustle, each gentle encounter holds the quiet promise of a glittering surprise, a tranquil whisper of possibility in the vast, serene landscape of the Pokemon world. And as the night deepens, the gentle hunt continues, guided by the quiet hope of a shimmering companion, a beacon of peace in the digital realm. The soft glow of the screen, the gentle hum of the console, and the quiet determination of the trainer all converge in this serene pursuit, a timeless dance between chance and discovery. The gentle click of buttons, the soft sounds of the digital world, and the quiet anticipation of what might appear next all contribute to this soothing, almost hypnotic experience. It's a quiet testament to the enduring power of simple joys, a gentle reminder that even in a digital world, true beauty and profound satisfaction can be found at the rarest of treasures. The quiet murmur of the game, the peaceful rhythm of the hunt, and the soft glimmer of a newly discovered shiny all combine to create a uniquely calming and deeply rewarding experience. A gentle journey into the heart of the Pokemon universe. The journey to find a shiny Pokemon is often one that requires immense dedication, a quiet commitment of time and focus. It's not just about luck, though luck certainly plays its a part. It's about understanding the mechanics, the probabilities, and the quiet art of repetition, a patient dance with the odds. Trainers often employ various methods to increase their chances, each one a testament to their quiet resolve. One such method, famously known as the Masuda Method, involves breeding Pokemon from different real-world language regions. This seemingly small detail, a quiet linguistic barrier, dramatically boosts the likelihood of hatching a shiny egg. It's a fascinating example of how the game's intricate design rewards thoughtful strategizing, a gentle nudge towards global cooperation, even within the confines of a digital world. The Masuda Method, named after Game Freak director Junichi Masuda, who implemented the feature, has become a cornerstone for many shiny hunters. It transforms the often tedious process of egg hatching into a more hopeful endeavor, a quiet promise of a glittering offspring. The gentle Yao Huang of the in-game nursery, the steady stream of eggs, and the quiet expectation of a rare hatch all contribute to this soothing, repetitive process. Another popular technique is called chain fishing, a method particularly effective in certain generations of games. This involves repeatedly catching Pokemon while fishing without moving from the spot or breaking the chain by encountering a different species. Each successful catch quietly increases the probability of the next Pokemon being shiny. It's a delicate balance of timing and patience, a quiet focus on the ripples in the water, waiting for that telltale shimmer. The gentle plop of the fishing rod, the soft splash of the water, and the quiet anticipation of a bite create a tranquil atmosphere, a perfect setting for a calm, persistent hunt. The longer the chain, the higher the odds, reaching a peak that makes shiny encounters significantly more common than their wild counterparts. This method, while demanding quiet concentration, often yields results faster than other approaches, offering a satisfying, if temporary, increase in shiny rates. Then there's the DexNav chaining in games like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, a method that combines stealth and careful observation. By repeatedly encountering the same species of Pokemon using the DexNav, trainers can build a search level which quietly improves the chances of finding a shiny. It requires a gentle touch, a quiet approach to avoid startling the Pokemon, and a keen eye to spot the shimmering outline on the bottom screen. The soft rustle of the tall grass, the quiet footsteps of the trainer, and the subtle vibrations of the console all contribute to this immersive, tranquil hunt. Each successful stealth encounter, each quiet step, brings the trainer closer to that elusive, shimmering prize. In more recent titles, the shiny charm has become an invaluable tool for dedicated hunters. This key item, typically obtained after completing the regional Pokédex, significantly multiplies the base shiny odds for all methods. It's a quiet reward for tireless dedication, a gentle acknowledgement of a trainer's commitment to documenting every creature in the region. With the shiny charm in hand, the already slim odds become much more favorable, transforming a daunting task into a more manageable, albeit still challenging endeavor. The mere presence of the shiny charm in one's inventory offers a quiet sense of reassurance, a gentle boost to morale during long hunting sessions. Even without specific methods, some trainers simply engage in full odds hunting, patiently encountering thousands of Pokemon in the wild, or hatching countless eggs, relying solely on the game's default, incredibly low shiny rate. This is the purest form of shiny hunting, a quiet test of endurance and unwavering hope. It's a quiet meditation on chance, a gentle acceptance of the vastness of possibility. The sheer dedication required for full odds hunting is truly remarkable, a testament to the quiet power of perseverance. Each soft encounter, each gentle battle, holds the same minute chance, a constant quiet whisper of hope. The concept of soft resetting is also deeply ingrained in shiny hunting culture. This involves resetting the game without saving to re-roll the encounter for a legendary Pokemon, a starter, or even static encounters in the overworld. It's a repetitive, quiet process of trial and error, often performed hundreds or even thousands of times before the desired shiny appears. The gentle click of the reset buttons, the soft fade to black, and the quiet restart of the game become a familiar rhythm, a hypnotic loop in pursuit of perfection. This method requires immense patience, a quiet fortitude to withstand countless failures for that one glorious success. Another intriguing aspect of shiny hunting involves random encounters in older games. Before the introduction of the shiny charm and more sophisticated hunting methods, trainers would often simply wander through tall grass, battling or fleeing from thousands of wild Pokemon in the hopes of stumbling upon a shiny. This is perhaps the most romanticized form of shiny hunting, a quiet testament to pure serendipity. The soft crunch of grass underfoot, The gentle sway of the digital environment and the quiet thrill of a sudden, unexpected sparkle all contribute to its enduring appeal. The phenomenon of shiny locking is a quiet frustration for many trainers. This refers to certain legendary or mythical Pokemon that are programmed never to appear as shiny in specific games, regardless of how many times they are reset or encountered. It's a quiet barrier, a gentle reminder that not all treasures are meant to be found in their glittering forms. Those quiet limitations, while sometimes disappointing, also highlight the deliberate design choices made by the developers, shaping the rarity and availability of certain shiny forms. The quiet thrill of a shiny fail is also a common, albeit bittersweet, experience. This occurs when a shiny Pokemon appears, but due to unforeseen circumstances, like accidentally knocking it out, running out of Pokeballs, or the game crashing, it cannot be caught. These quiet moments of despair are often shared among the community, a gentle commiseration over lost opportunities, reinforcing the preciousness of every successful capture. The quiet community surrounding shiny Pokemon hunting is vast and incredibly supportive. Trainers often share their progress, celebrate successes, and offer words of encouragement during long, fruitless hunts. Online forums, streaming platforms, and social media groups serve as quiet gathering places for enthusiasts, creating a gentle camaraderie built on shared passion and mutual understanding. This quiet network of support transforms a solitary pursuit into a shared journey, a gentle intertwining of individual quests. The aesthetic appeal of shiny Pokemon is a significant driving force behind their popularity. While some shinies boast dramatic color changes, others are more subtle, requiring a keen eye to differentiate them from their regular counterparts. These subtle variations are often appreciated by dedicated collectors, a quiet nod to their discerning taste and attention to detail. A slight shift in hue, a gentle change in a secondary color, can make all the difference to a passionate hunter. Consider the gentle, almost imperceptible change in a shiny Garchomp, whose color shift is so minimal it's often joked about as being barely shiny. Yet even these subtle changes are cherished by collectors, a quiet testament to the effort expended in acquiring them. Conversely, Pokemon like shiny Charizard, with its striking black scales, or shiny Gyarados, with its vibrant red, are instantly recognizable and highly sought after. Their dramatic transformations, a quiet celebration of their rarity. The quiet history of shiny Pokemon begins in Generation Soon, with the introduction of Red Gyarados at the Lake of Rage. This iconic encounter served as many trainers' first introduction to the concept of shiny Pokemon, a quiet revelation that forever changed the way they viewed the digital world. The Red Gyarados was a guaranteed shiny, a gentle gift to initiate players into this fascinating new aspect of the game. Its presence in the storyline was a deliberate choice, a quiet spark igniting the passion for shiny hunting in generations of players. The term shiny itself originates from the sparkling animation that accompanies these rare Pokemon upon their appearance in battle. This gentle shimmer, a quiet visual cue, immediately distinguishes them from their regular counterparts, signaling a moment of excitement and anticipation. This small, yet impactful, visual effect is integral to the allure of shiny Pokemon, a quiet beacon of rarity. The value of shiny Pokemon extends beyond their in-game utility. For many, they represent a trophy, a quiet badge of honor earned through dedication and patience. The personal satisfaction of finding a shiny, especially after a prolonged hunt, is immense, a quiet triumph in the face of daunting odds. Each shiny captured tells a story, a gentle narrative of perseverance and quiet determination. The concept of shiny living decks is a quiet ambition for the most dedicated collectors. This involves acquiring a shiny version of every single Pokemon species, a monumental task that can take years of continuous effort. It's a quiet pursuit of completeness, a gentle quest to fill every slot in the Pokedex with a shimmering counterpart. This level of dedication is truly astounding, a quiet testament to the enduring power of the Pokemon world to inspire long term engagement. The quiet anticipation of a new game release often includes speculation about which Pokemon will have particularly appealing shiny forms, or if any new hunting methods will be introduced. This quiet buzz of excitement is a testament to the ongoing relevance and popularity of shiny Pokemon, a gentle undercurrent in the broader conversation about the franchise. Even within the animated series, shiny Pokemon have made quiet appearances, further cementing their status as special and rare. These subtle nods in other media reinforce the idea that shinies are not just a game mechanic, but a recognized and cherished part of the Pokemon universe, a gentle thread woven throughout its various forms. The quiet art of competitive shiny hunting combines the challenge of finding a shiny with the desire for optimal stats and abilities. This often involves intricate breeding strategies, carefully manipulating genetics to ensure the shiny Pokemon is not only rare, but also powerful in battle. It's a quiet testament to the depth of the game's mechanics, a gentle fusion of aesthetic appeal and strategic prowess. The quiet satisfaction of finally seeing that sparkle, hearing that distinct sound, and realizing that a long hunt has come to an end is a feeling unlike any other in gaming. It's a quiet moment of pure joy, a gentle exhale after holding one's breath for so long. This emotional payoff is a core reason why trainers continue to dedicate countless hours to this unique pursuit. The quiet hum of the console, the soft glow of the screen, and the gentle sigh of contentment all merge into a truly serene experience. The evolution of technology has also allowed for mass outbreaks in games like Pokemon Legends, Arceus, where large groups of a single Pokemon species appear. These outbreaks often have increased shiny odds, offering a more dynamic and engaging way to hunt. It's a quiet evolution of the hunting experience, a gentle shift towards more action oriented discovery. The gentle swish of grass, the quiet approach to a large gathering of Pokemon, and the sudden appearance of a rare, shimmering form all contribute to this exciting new method. The quiet beauty of a shiny Pokemon resting peacefully in its Pokeball or gently following the trainer in the overworld is a constant source of wonder. It's a quiet reminder of the journey taken, the patience exercised, and the reward reaped. Each shiny is a small, glittering story, a gentle monument to a personal quest. The soft colors, the gentle shimmer, and the quiet presence of these unique creatures contribute to a deeply calming and enriching experience within the Pokemon world. The pursuit of these rare gems is a quiet, continuous thread that weaves through the fabric of the Pokemon universe, offering endless opportunities for discovery and delight. And as the night continues to deepen, the quiet world of Pokemon offers its gentle embrace, a comforting presence for those who seek its hidden treasures. The subtle variations in a shiny Pokemon's color palette can sometimes be quite dramatic, transforming a familiar creature into something entirely new and unexpected, while other times the change is so faint that it requires a keen eye and a moment of careful observation to truly appreciate. Consider the quiet elegance of a shiny Charizard, its usual orange scales replaced by a sleek, dark black, with its wing membranes shifting to a deep crimson. This transformation is striking, a powerful statement that elevates its already imposing presence. Then, there's the gentle alteration of a shiny Jengar, its vibrant purple fading to a soft, smoky gray, an almost ethereal shift that enhances its ghostly nature. These more pronounced changes are often the most sought after, as they offer a significant visual distinction from their regular counterparts, making the effort of the hunt feel even more rewarding. However, some shinies are much more subtle, almost whispering their uniqueness rather than shouting it. A shiny Pikachu, for instance, maintains its iconic yellow hue, but the red cheeks become a slightly deeper, more autumnal orange, and its body color takes on a very faint, almost imperceptible, darker shade of yellow. This understated difference can sometimes lead to a shiny being overlooked by an unobservant trainer, a quiet tragedy in the world of collecting. Similarly, a shiny Garchomp, a formidable landshark Pokemon, sees its dark blue skin shift to a slightly more muted, almost grayish blue, and the red markings on its belly become a deeper, less vibrant red. These subtle changes require a moment of focused attention to discern, a quiet challenge for the dedicated shiny hunter. The beauty of these subtle shinies lies in their understated elegance, a testament to the idea that true beauty doesn't always need to be loud or flamboyant. They are a quiet reward for the truly observant, a gentle nod to those who pay close attention to the delicate nuances of the Pokemon world. The origin of shiny Pokemon within the game's lore is largely left to the imagination, though various fan theories attempt to explain their existence. Some speculate that these color variations are simply a natural genetic mutation, a quiet anomaly in the vast tapestry of Pokemon reproduction, much like albinism or melanism in the animal kingdom. This theory aligns with the scientific underpinnings often subtly woven into the Pokemon universe, offering a grounded explanation for their rarity. Others suggest a more mystical or environmental influence, perhaps a Pokemon being born under a specific celestial alignment or exposed to a unique energy source during its development. These theories lend a touch of magic and wonder to the concept, hinting at unseen forces at play within the world. Regardless of the in universe explanation, the very presence of shiny Pokemon adds a layer of depth and mystery to the creatures themselves, making them feel even more alive and individual. Each shiny is a gentle whisper of possibility, a quiet reminder that even within established norms, there can be extraordinary variations. The introduction of shiny Pokemon in the Generation 2 games, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, was a quiet revelation for players. Prior to this, the only color variations were limited to certain event Pokemon or specific forms. The concept of a randomly encountered, uniquely colored Pokemon was entirely new and instantly captivating. The very first shiny Pokemon to be officially introduced into the games was the Red Gyarados found in the Lake of Rage. This scripted encounter served as a pivotal moment for many trainers, a gentle introduction to the concept of shiny Pokémon, making the rarity and beauty of these creatures immediately clear. For many, this Red Gyarados was their first shiny, a quiet benchmark in their Pokemon journey, instilling a lifelong appreciation for these rare finds. The memory of that vibrant red creature, shimmering against the calm waters of the lake, remains a cherished one for countless players, a gentle reminder of a time when the world of Pokemon was still unfolding its deepest secrets. The method of shiny hunting has evolved considerably over the years, mirroring the advancements in game mechanics and player ingenuity. In the early days, full odds hunting was the primary method, involving simply encountering thousands of Pokemon in the hope of stumbling upon a shiny. This was a test of pure patience and perseverance, a quiet dedication to a seemingly insurmountable task. The odds were daunting, often 1 in 8192, making each shiny a truly miraculous discovery. The quiet clicking of buttons, the repetitive motions of encountering and running away, became a meditative ritual for many. Later generations introduced various methods to increase shiny odds, making the hunt more accessible and less reliant on sheer luck. The Masuda Method, named after Game Freak director Junichi Masuda, involves breeding two Pokemon from different real world language games. This technique significantly boosts the chances of hatching a shiny egg, often bringing the odds down to around 1 in 683, or even lower with the shiny charm. This gentle manipulation of game mechanics transformed shiny hunting from a purely random endeavor into a strategic, calculated pursuit. The quiet anticipation of watching an egg hatch, the gentle hope that each new Pokemon would be the one, became a central part of the experience. The quiet hum of the breeding nursery, the endless bicycle rides back and forth to hatch eggs, all contributed to this specialized form of hunting. Another popular method is chaining, which involves repeatedly encountering and catching or defeating the same species of Pokemon in a row. This method, while sometimes tedious, also offers increased shiny odds, particularly in games like Pokemon X and Y with the PokéRadar, or in Sword and Shield with the KO method. The quiet rhythm of chaining, the focus required to maintain the sequence, and the gentle rise in anticipation with each successful link all combine to create a unique and engaging hunting experience. The gentle rustling of tall grass, the quiet sound of a successful encounter, and the sudden glint of a different color all contribute to the excitement. The shiny charm, a key item introduced in Generation V's, is perhaps the most significant game changer for shiny hunters. This item, obtained after completing the National Pokédex, permanently boosts the chances of encountering a shiny Pokémon by a considerable margin. It's a quiet reward for dedicated trainers, a gentle acknowledgement of their commitment to exploring and documenting every creature in the Pokemon world. With the shiny charm, the odds of finding a shiny in the wild are significantly reduced, making the hunt less arduous and more enjoyable. The quiet confidence of knowing the odds are in your favor, even if only slightly, brings a gentle sense of peace to the hunting process. The advent of online trading has also played a crucial role in the shiny Pokemon community. Trainers can now trade their rare finds with others from around the globe, allowing for the completion of shiny collections that would otherwise be impossible. This quiet exchange of treasured Pokemon fosters a strong sense of community, connecting trainers with shared passions. The gentle thrill of receiving a shiny Pokémon through a trade, a creature that someone else dedicated their time and effort to find, is a unique form of connection within the game. It's a quiet testament to the collaborative spirit that often emerges within online gaming communities. The concept of living shiny dexes has become a popular goal for many dedicated collectors. This involves having every single Pokemon species, including all their regional forms and gender differences, as a shiny in the Pokemon home storage system. This monumental undertaking requires an unparalleled level of dedication, patience, and often a touch of gentle madness. The quiet satisfaction of seeing a full row of shimmering Pokemon, each representing countless hours of effort, is a deeply rewarding experience. It's a quiet declaration of mastery over the game's collecting mechanics, a gentle monument to a personal quest that spans multiple games and countless hours. The emotional connection trainers form with their shiny Pokemon is often profound. Because of the effort invested in finding them, these creatures often hold a special place in a trainer's heart, more so than their regular counterparts. A shiny Pokemon isn't just a powerful ally, it's a memento of a journey, a quiet trophy of perseverance. The gentle feeling of accomplishment, the memory of the moment the shiny appeared, all contribute to this deep bond. It's a quiet testament to the power of personal investment within a gaming experience. The visual impact of a shiny Pokemon can also extend beyond the game itself, inspiring fan art, custom merchandise, and even real world crafts. The unique color palettes and shimmering effects lend themselves beautifully to artistic interpretation, allowing fans to express their love for these rare creatures in creative ways. The quiet beauty of a fan made plush of a beloved shiny, or a piece of artwork depicting a sparkling encounter, speaks volumes about the enduring appeal of these special Pokemon. It's a gentle ripple effect, where the in game rarity translates into real world appreciation and artistic expression. The community surrounding shiny hunting is a vibrant and supportive one. Online forums, social media groups, and streaming platforms are filled with trainers sharing their successes, offering tips and encouragement, and celebrating each other's finds. This quiet camaraderie forms a strong bond among hunters, creating a shared sense of purpose and excitement. The gentle cheers and congratulations from fellow trainers after a long hunt finally ends are a testament to the supportive nature of this community. It's a quiet understanding of the patience and dedication required, a gentle acknowledgement of the shared passion. The shiny lock is a term used to describe Pokemon that are programmed to never appear as shiny. These typically include certain legendary or mythical Pokemon encountered during story events, or unique Pokemon that have a specific story related appearance. This quiet restriction, while sometimes disappointing for hunters, serves to preserve the narrative integrity of the game and ensures that certain encounters remain consistent with the storyline. It's a gentle reminder that even within the realm of randomized encounters, there are limits and rules set by the game's creators. The concept of alpha shinies in Pokemon Legends. Arceus introduced another layer of rarity and challenge. Alpha Pokemon are larger, more powerful versions of regular Pokemon, and finding a shiny alpha combines two rare traits into one formidable creature. This quiet fusion of power and rarity creates an even more coveted prize for collectors, pushing the boundaries of what's considered an ultimate catch. The gentle awe of encountering a massive, shimmering Pokemon, its eyes glowing, is a truly breathtaking experience in the game. The future of shiny hunting promises even more innovation and evolving mechanics. As new Pokemon games are released, developers continue to explore new ways to engage players in the pursuit of these rare creatures, ensuring that the thrill of discovery remains fresh and exciting. The quiet anticipation of what the next generation will bring, what new methods and challenges will emerge, is a constant source of speculation and excitement within the community. It's a gentle evolution of a beloved game mechanic, ensuring its longevity and continued appeal. The quiet joy of a random encounter shiny, one that appears without any specific hunting method or boosted odds, is often considered the most exciting. These unexpected surprises are a testament to the true randomness of the game, a gentle reminder that sometimes magic just happens. The sudden sparkle, the unfamiliar color, and the realization that you've stumbled upon a truly rare gem without even trying is a moment of pure, unadulterated delight. It's a quiet gift from the game, a gentle wink from the universe of Pokemon. The term shiny value, or SV, was a concept used in older games, particularly Generation 6, where each Pokemon and each trainer had a unique secret ID and trainer ID. When these IDs aligned in a specific way, a Pokemon would hatch or appear as shiny. This allowed for shiny value swapping, or SV hatching, where players would share their IDs to help others hatch shinies. This quiet, almost scientific approach to shiny hunting, while complex, demonstrated the lengths to which trainers would go to obtain their desired Pokemon. It was a gentle manipulation of the game's underlying code, a testament to player ingenuity. The sound effect associated with a shiny Pokemon appearing is almost as iconic as the visual sparkle itself. This distinct, shimmering chime, often accompanied by a visual glint, acts as an auditory cue that instantly alerts trainers to their rare find. It's a quiet, yet powerful signal, a gentle crescendo of excitement that builds as the sound plays. For many, this sound is synonymous with success, a gentle reward for their patience and dedication. The cultural impact of shiny Pokemon extends beyond the gaming community, subtly influencing popular culture and even casual conversations about gaming. The concept of a shiny version of something has permeated everyday language, a gentle nod to the widespread recognition and appreciation for these rare variants. It's a quiet testament to the enduring legacy and widespread appeal of the Pokemon franchise as a whole. The quiet act of meticulously checking every Pokemon in a massive outbreak in Legends. Arceus slowly circling the group, looking for that one distinct color, is a meditative process. The gentle rustling of the tall grass, the soft ambient sounds of the environment, and the focused gaze contribute to a uniquely calming experience. It's a quiet dance between observation and anticipation, a gentle test of patience, rewarded by the sudden appearance of a shimmering form. The quiet dedication required to complete a shiny living dex is not just about the numbers, it's about the journey. Each shiny represents a unique story, a memory of a specific hunt, a gentle whisper of the efforts made. The collective history held within such a collection is immense, a quiet archive of countless hours spent exploring, battling, and breeding. It's a gentle testament to the enduring appeal of completion and the deep satisfaction derived from achieving a monumental goal. The gentle glow of a shiny Pokemon in a dimly lit room, perhaps on a handheld console late at night, can be a source of profound comfort. The soft colors and subtle shimmer create a peaceful ambiance, making the experience of interacting with these rare creatures even more serene. It's a quiet moment of connection, a gentle escape into a world of vibrant imagination and treasured finds. The quiet persistence of a shiny hunter returning to the same spot, encountering the same Pokemon over and over, sometimes for days or even weeks, is a powerful display of dedication. The gentle rhythm of the hunt, the repetitive actions, and the unwavering hope for that one special encounter all contribute to a unique form of meditative focus. It's a quiet testament to the human capacity for perseverance, a gentle reminder that even the most daunting tasks can be overcome with enough patience and determination. The gentle whisper of wind through the digital trees, the soft patter of virtual rain, and the quiet footsteps of your trainer as you search for that elusive shimmering form all contribute to an immersive and calming experience. The world of Pokemon, in its quiet moments, offers a gentle escape, a serene landscape where the pursuit of beauty and rarity becomes a peaceful journey. It's a quiet invitation to slow down, observe, and appreciate the delicate nuances of its vast and wonderful world. The quiet satisfaction of finally adding that last shiny to a collection, the gentle click of confirmation, and the soft sigh of contentment mark the end of one journey and the beginning of another. It's a quiet moment of achievement, a gentle celebration of a goal realized, and a reminder of the endless possibilities that still await within the boundless universe of Pokemon. The gentle murmur of the game, the soft glow of the screen, and the quiet joy in one's heart all merge into a truly peaceful and fulfilling experience. And as the night draws to a close, the shimmering world of shiny Pokemon continues to offer its gentle magic, a comforting presence in the realm of dreams and discovery. The quiet allure of these alternate colorations extends beyond mere aesthetic preference, delving into the deeper emotional connections players form with their digital companions. Each shiny Pokemon found carries with it a unique story, an anecdote of the specific circumstances of its discovery. Perhaps it was a random encounter in the tall grass, a sudden flash of unexpected brilliance that momentarily stunned